In dog training, we go through phases. What I mean by that is phase one with the young puppy would be a lot of luring and shaping of behaviours. So we've got from here, Riley's seen a bird in the distance, and obviously if you know Springer Spaniels and birds, this is what he can see. So phase one is this, a little bit of luring around, teaching behaviours, into the sit, into the down, etc. And we're really just shaping our dog to start to engage with us and learn the foundations. And often in that first phase, we're not even really naming the behaviours. We are just introducing movement to our dog. And then in your next phase, you're going to be naming the behaviours and you're rewarding, obviously. Now the phase Riley's in now with the food, instead of the food in my hand, is now the food is in the pouch or in a pocket or somewhere hidden away where I ask for a behaviour, Riley does it, I then mark that behaviour with a reward. Unless it is a new behaviour being taught to my dog, I no longer have food in my hand for anything he already knows, which would be your sit, your down, your stay, things like that. So let's demonstrate a couple of those. Now, pretty distracted, real world environment, rather be doing other things than doing training with me. Okay, let's go, buddy. Riley. Riley, sit. Yes, beautiful. Good job. Let's try a little down. Riley, down. Yes, mark and reward. Now, in this phase, I would also look at not rewarding as often with the food. We want to fade things out. We want to fade the assistance out to the point where eventually we're really not micromanaging a lot. There's a lot of communication between me and Riley with just minimal talking, body language, not a lot of help and assistance through leads, but that's going to take time to get to that stage. Now, it doesn't mean he's going to do everything all the time. However, at this phase, I am also teaching Riley that if I ask for a down, he doesn't do it, and I have to physically make him do it, I will not reward him with his primary reward, what he loves the most. He won't get it. He'll get a good boy, but if he wants this, he's got to work a little harder for it in this phase of training. So I'll show you again. Riley, down. Good boy. But what didn't I do? I didn't give the food. Do it again. Riley, sit. Down. Good boy. Good job. Sit. Riley. Up here, buddy. Riley. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Down. Yes. Then I mark and reward. Because remember, in dog training, if you reward average, you'll get average. I know he's a puppy. He's 21 weeks old. However, he's a very confident, outgoing, what I call bomb-proof little dog. And I can be a good leader to him. I don't need to be just his best friend who rewards him with treats for every single thing that he does. He needs to learn that I need him to work for it and earn it. And he is okay with that. We have a communication between us that is totally acceptable. So if we're doing a bit of loose lead walking, intro to heel, we're still at this stage. Now, this is an exercise with Riley I believe I will take a while to get right, especially being the breed he is. So, Riley, let's go, buddy, especially in this environment. So let's do a little bit of luring with the heeling. So we're starting the rep and ending the rep. Ready? Heel. Free. Now I use free for that. Some of you might question that. I'll tell you why. In my world of dog training, yes is not the terminal marker, so that doesn't finish the behaviour. In a lot of people's training it does, and there's nothing wrong with that because in the end it's all our own decision. I use yes as a good boy, like a continuation, so I'll go, Riley, sit. Yes, good boy. Yes doesn't mean he can break. That just means you did the behaviour I want, and then if I free you can go. However, he does not have an implied stay yet, but he will get that. But if I give a from here, Riley, sit. Good. Down. Stay. Good. So watch this. Done his stay, I can go yes. He doesn't move until I go free, and he can move, and he's still learning the free. So free is, it's over. What we'd call like a terminal marker in a lot of people's word. And some people look at this and go, but that's not right. Why isn't it right? It's just dog training. We all have our own ways we do things. As long as your dog's doing what you ask, I think it's working for you. So let's go back to a little bit of heeling or loosely walking. Riley's distracted by a lead or something. Let's go, bud. Quick. You've got to work hard. With a young dog like this, being the breed he is, Let's go. Heel. Heel. Free. Good boy. Now free in my world and his world right now means heel is over. So I sort of free him from that. I like to think it's the start of a rep and an end of a rep. But anyway, I digress. I don't want to digress. This video is all about phases. Teaching you that we want to really look at this stage where we are not relying on pre-presenting food as much. I want you to remember you ask for something to happen, and if they don't do it, you physically make them do it. It's non-negotiable. Doesn't mean we need to be mean, but we do this. Riley, Riley, let's go, buddy. Sit. Yes, good boy. Down. Good. I still praise him, but I had to get involved. I used a little bit of pressure on the top. I used like my fingertips, and it didn't work, so I used a little bit of lead pressure, which is like a negative reinforcement. I give pressure, he goes into the down, I relieve the pressure off the lead. This guy's highly distracted with a lot of things going on over here today, for whatever reason. Dogs are dogs. The wind is coming straight this way, so there's something this way that's in his nose, and he's like, what is over there? Anyway, that is really the video. This is just to remind you that you are in phases in dog training, and let's not be treating 21-week-old puppies like 10-week-old puppies. They should be past that. We don't need to be tough. We're not being mean. We're not being dominant. You never hear me say that word. But we're being leaders, and we're teaching a dog that you and I have expectations. And I like to think of this as non-negotiable obedience. When I ask you to do something, you have to do it. That is not about being cruel, but I'm not going to have my dog dismiss me and go, I don't want to listen, I'm out of here. Well, right now he wants to be over there. Well, guess what? He's not allowed to be over there, and that's just life. In a minute, he's going to get some freedom to go over there, but right now we're training, okay? Let's finish with a little stay. We'll do it from a down. Riley, down. Stay. Practice a little stay. Now, you'll never see me do a recall from stay at this age. Well, not to say never, but not very many, because I don't want to make my stay worse, which means he'll anticipate. If I go out here, stay, and I call him from here too many times, he will realize and recognize that, and every time I get here, I turn and face him, he'll probably break the stay. I want to come back to my dog, and I want to reward, yes, the stay itself, and then to actually finish it really well, we want to pick up our lead. And this, again, shouldn't mean much to my dog. I should be able to pick it up, give it a shake, not until I say, Riley, free. And he can move on the free. Picking up the lead means nothing. Me returning means nothing. Me rewarding you means nothing until I give that signal to move. So this video ended up being a few different things, but really primarily I wanted you to remember about phases in dog training and treat them according to the age they are and the expectations you should have of them. No different to children. How you treat a 2-year-old is not what you expect from a 16-year-old. You would say to the 16-year-old, you should know better. The 2-year-old, you go, you're 2 years old. I think that's a good analogy to remember in dog training. How you treat dogs is very similar in a lot of ways to children of what you expect from them being young or being older. Hope you got something out of this video. As usual, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a little subscribe, share, whatever it is, wherever you're watching it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.